Hey y'all, Nick here in my natural twist, out here walking with the kiddo. So I wanted to hop on real quick and shoot a video. What do you do when your life's circumstances look nothing like your vision and God's promises? How do you handle life when it looks the complete opposite of what God has promised you that he would do in your life? Now here's the crazy thing. What you doing, baby? Don't break it. You say hi, Carson? We out here running. He's on the scooter, so I'm running while he's on the scooter. So here's quick word for y'all. When your life circumstances look the complete opposite of what God has promised you, here's what you do. You rejoice, you celebrate, and you act as if what you desire to happen in your life is already manifested. Here's why. One of my mentors told me this. The enemy comes after you one of three ways. He comes after your mind, he comes after your money, he comes after your health, right? So those are three key areas in life. We can go this way. The kids are down there in the basketball court. You want to walk down this way? Sure. So here's what I've discovered about life. When your life is in an uproar, God is up to something because the enemy is on the attack. Huh?
Hi.
Hi. Hey, how you doing?
I'll see you at the bus tomorrow.
So the enemy is on attack. Why? Because here's the thing about the enemy and your destiny. You see, God already has a purpose and a plan for your life. It's often already worked out, right? It's already orchestrated before the foundations of the earth. He knew you when you were in your mother's womb. He already had a plan, purpose for you. But your entire life, the job of the enemy is to convince you that God does not care about you, that he's not real, and that he's not going to do the things that he's promised you that he's going to do. So what happens? So circumstances get shook up around us to test our faith, to test and see if we're going to be able to still do what we're supposed to be doing in spite of our circumstances, right? And see, that's the whole thing about faith, and that's the whole thing about belief. You see, I remember a long time ago, I remember back in 2008 when we lost everything, 2007. We were broke, bankrupt, foreclosed, repo, you name it. Everything was happening to us. And all I kept saying was, God, this is getting good. Because the worse it get, the more I knew that it was going to be some amazing testimony on the other side. Because I began to look at my life like a movie. I began to say to myself, if it's getting worse than a movie, that means it's often in the juiciest places of the movie, right? It's like people feed off of drama. People feed off of trauma. People feed off of hardship. That's why a reality show is such a big deal. They script them and do all these things because people love to see things fall apart. And so the worse things would get, I began to convince myself that I was a starring actress in a very big Hollywood movie. And I began to realize that whatever's on the other side, whatever is going to be the happily ever after over here, this bad boy got to be juicy, because the worse it gets, the harder it gets, the crazier it gets, the more I knew God was up to something major. And so I will say that to y'all again.
Way too scared.
You too scared? You don't want to go play with the kids that playing basketball? Go over there and go ask them, can you play? Yeah, I just washed my hair and curled it. But here's the deal. Your reality does not equate to your destiny. Your bank account may be in the negative and God is setting you up to position you to be a big time real estate investor. Your marriage may look like it's over, but your spouse may be being positioned to become one of the greatest spouses in the world. Your children may look like a lost cause, but God might be equipping them, or God is equipping them to become such a powerful individual in their near future. It's just that a lot of times hardship is designed to shake us up and it's designed to build character. One of the things that I love about the Bible is all the stories, right? We live our lives in storytelling. Everybody loves stories. When you're in sales, they tell you facts. Facts tell, but stories sell. Stories is what makes you money. And so, where am I going? Oh, we're just walking if you don't want to go play basketball. Storytelling is what makes money in business. And so when you look at the Bible, it is the greatest opportunity to get you guys to connect with your real life. And every single person that is in the Bible had opposition before they walked into their position of greatness. If you look at David being called to be king, but he had to fight Goliath. He actually fought Goliath before he was assigned to be king, I believe, right? He had this giant that he had to fight. When you think about Joseph, he had a vision of what God was going to do for him, that he was going to become a king one day and people would bow down to him. But he ended up going through, I think, 20 years of slavery before he finally became that person that he had that vision to actually be. You think about Moses. He went through the hardship of being given away to the Pharaoh, being a stutterer, and God telling him he needed to help lead the Israelites out of Egypt and go tell Pharaoh, who he grew up with, let my people go. And he had to do that to lead people through 40 years of the wilderness. The reality is, guys, is when you're going through hell, you need to rejoice and get excited because something major is on the other side. And let me tell you about character. Character is formed in your hardship. I actually heard Marshawn Evans say something today. She said, you know, a lot of us talk about your life being defined in your purpose and in your passion. She said, but we don't realize that your life can actually be formed in your pain. You see, your pain creates your actual platform. Your pain actually positions you and sets you up for those opportunities where you really begin to identify who you are and what you're capable of going through. And most of us discover who we are in hardship, because when you get out of it, you look back and say, how the hell did I get through that right there? How the hell did I get through this situation? And so what you'll learn, the more you begin to go through different scenarios in your life. Hold on, Carson, so Cars isn't there. The more you begin to go through different scenarios in your life, the harder it gets. The more you'll begin to be aware of, oh, this is a test. Let me get excited because something powerful is on the other side. And guess what? I'm not going to be moved by my bank account being in the negative. I'm not going to be moved by my children acting crazy. I'm not going to be moved by my relationship or my marriage looking like it's falling apart. Instead, I'm going to act as if the desire that I want is already manifested, and I'm going to begin to invest in this thing. I'm going to begin to speak those things that aren't as though they are. I'm going to begin to believe that the things that are impossible with man to create are going to be possible with God. I'm going to begin to believe that all things will work together for my good, no matter how bad it looks. Carson, get out the street. Come. And so I want to encourage you guys, you know, as crazy as I look out here working out, but hey, this is a cost of looking good. Yeah, I got 30 pounds to lose. So I had to twist my hair up, wash my hair, twist it up, come out here and run and keep it pushing. And so anyway, just want to encourage you guys in that. So rejoice, get excited if all hell is breaking loose in your life, because something major is on the other side and the enemy is trying to steal, kill, and destroy God's destiny for you. So don't get caught up in that. Just pay attention to it. Get excited that you are the leading role and the hottest, best Hollywood movie there is, because on the other side, it's going to be a major breakthrough. And this real quick, my last story that was a living hell, where everything that could go wrong did go wrong, ended up being the biggest and best platform ever to make me multiple millions of dollars. So don't ever underestimate the pain of your story, because that very pain of your story is going to bring forth your profits. So expect profit on the other side of your pain, because it's going to position you for your purpose, and it's also going to open up doors for you to be on your platform, and you're going to look around and be like, my God, this was all a setup to position me for me to have the biggest audience there is, to get excited and rejoice about what is happening in my life. So get excited, and know that something amazing is on the other side. So anyway, we will talk to y'all later. I gotta go take the kiddo home, and y'all have a great and awesome evening. Bye.